Okay, so recap Pythagoras' theorem. We've done it in previous years. Remember the theorem, the famous theorem. Where can I put it? Remember, just it's a squared add b squared equals c squared. Okay, so let's look at the example 1. Here we go. Being asked to work out side x. Okay, remember it's got to be a right angled triangle to use Pythagoras, and this one is right angled. We got it here. Remember the labels. C is always the hypotenuse. All right, the longest diagonal side, which is this one. So that's C. And then A and B are the two short sides in any order you want, okay? I call the bottom B normally the base, B for base to remind me, but it doesn't really matter. So if I'm doing this one, I write down the formula, A squared add B squared equals C squared, and I use the column method to help me. A squared is 6 squared, which is 36. B squared is 8 squared, which is 64. Add those together, and you get C squared equals 100. But obviously now I don't want C squared. I want to work out just C. So either you know it, that 10 squared is 100. Or remember on the calculator, you can just take the root of 100. And you get that C equals 10 centimeters. Done. Easy. So example 2. You can probably pause the video and have a go at this one, and then come back to me for the answers. Okay, welcome back. So let's do this one. C, B, A. So I'll go again. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Let me just get rid of this plus sign a minute. Sorry about that. So A squared is 23 squared. I know that's 529. B squared is 15 squared, which is 225. If you add those together, you can use a calculator for this if you want. I'll just double check to be on the safe side. You get 754. And then if you just do the root now of 754 on the calculator, see what you get. You get 27.46 to 2 dp. I've rounded it 2 decimal places. Last example then, you probably guess what this one's going to look like. So pause the video and have a go. This one, it is slightly different, and then come back to me. Welcome back. So again, label them C, B, A. So again, I'll do it here. A squared add B squared equals C squared. Well, this time I can't work out A squared at the moment because I don't know where it is, but I can do B squared. 80 squared, 6,400. And I can do C squared as well this time. 85 squared. 85 squared is 7,225. So the trick now is, remember, try to work out what's going to go here. Something at 6,400 equals 7,225. I mean, you need a count on, can't you? But to get this quickly, I just do 7,225. Take away 6,400 on the calculator. That tells you what A squared stands for. It's 825. 825, sorry. Remember now, A is going to be the root of 825, which is 2 dp, 28.73 meters, 2 dp. Okay, and the trick here is there's a famous saying, well, famous in this school. If you're finding a short side, i.e., not the hypotenuse, then you subtract C. You do C squared take away B squared, or c squared take away a squared, whichever one you're trying to find. So my saying for Pythagoras, it's worth memorizing. You find in a short side, subtract. Memorize that, okay? Let's do a quick time check. Only 5 minutes, plenty of time. So here we go then. So the main task now, okay, will be on a worksheet linked to this post. So check that out. Have a go at it for about 20 minutes. If you do finish the main task and want to go at the challenge, then it's here, okay? And it's to find the area of this shape. So I would pause it, all right, and have a go. This is the challenge. Do the main task first, then the challenge, and the answers to the challenge are on the next slide. So I'll give it 3 or 4 seconds, then I'll go on to the challenge answers. So this is the answer to the challenge. I worked out the missing sides. See, I worked out that was 15. That was 4 root 9. I've left them as thirds for accuracy. I worked out that that was that. Okay, these should be in meters, sorry. And that should be in meters as well. So I worked out all the required missing sides. Remember the area of a triangle is base times the vertical height divided by 2. So almost all these triangles were missing the vertical height. So I used Pythagoras to find all the missing heights. And then I used the formula base times height divided by 2 to get all of them. This one, this one, this one, and this one. And I added them all together on the calculator. I got an answer of 820.35 meters squared to 2 dp. Okay, so the checking question. See next slide. This one here is off a numeracy GCSE paper, because some people don't recognize that it, in fact, is Pythagoras. So take a look at this question, pause the video and have a go, and then come back to me, is it? Okay, welcome back. So she buys new television, good for her. She wants to fit the television in the bookcase on the wall. In the shop, she forgot to write down the length of the television. So I don't know the length. She did write down the height, yep, and the diagonal, no probs. She needs to know the length of the screen before she opens the box in case she wants to return it. Find the length of the screen, answer 2 sig figs. Now people look at this and they panic a bit because they just don't know what to do. But if you look at this, I think it's pretty obvious that it's a Pythagoras problem. All right, so I'm going to go over it now in red. See, there's a right angle triangle here. Because obviously the corner of a TV is patently a right angle. Okay, so you maybe, or if you could work on this one, or even this one, they're both the same. All right, but I will work on this one here because, well, why not? So if you redraw this triangle, that's shocking, you get the point, don't you? Okay, you've got a right angle here. Oh, you got a right angle here. I need to know the length, so I call it x. You know this is 16 inches, and this is 44 inches. And so by now you should have realized, this really quickly. That's C, that's B, and that's A for me. So I just do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So A squared 16 squared, which is 256. I don't know B squared yet. C squared is 44 squared, and 44 squared is 1936. Remember, I'm finding a short side. So to find this here, I'll just subtract. So I'll do 1936, take off 256, take off 256, and you get 1680. Obviously, to get the this is B squared here. You just get back to plain old B root 1680 is 40.987 yada yada yada. But the 2 sig figs, that's 41 inches. 2 significant figures. And with that, we are done. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Thanks.